Yes, guys, how's everyone doing? Welcome back to the Dugout Football channel, where it is time for match week 35 of the 2020-21 Premier League season. Now, I just want to say a massive thank you to every single one of you for your very, very kind wishes. It's obviously been a very, very tough week for me. I was actually in the middle of actually doing match week 34, and then I got the really sad news that obviously everyone knows that my grandpa passed away, and let's just say thank you very much to everyone who's obviously sent some very, very best wishes as well. I really do appreciate it. But it's a new week, I'm back, and I feel like that a week's break is necessary for me to take off as well. So thank you everyone as well. So just very, very quickly, match week 33, the highest scorer was Reece Woods, and he got 13 points. Match week 34, Reece Woods got 16 points. He was the highest scorer. Me, I got 11 points. So that's a very, very good week for me. 3 perfect scores. West Ham to beat Burnley 2-1. West Brom Wolves to be 1-1. And Man City to win 2-0 against Crystal Palace. So yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting now. 4 games to go, so we're very, very close to the end of the season now. Really, really close as well. So lots of points to be played for. Now we have 14 fixtures in this match week. Now I can understand that this is obviously to do with the FA Cup final, the next again Saturday. Next again Saturday for the FA Cup final. So a lot of games to predict. But before I start, please hit the like button, please hit the share button, and please hit the subscribe button as well. Thank you very, very much. So, match week 35 starts with Leicester City against Newcastle. The last 5 meetings in the Premier League have resulted in 4 wins to Leicester and 1 win to Newcastle. The last result was a 2-0 win to Leicester. A 5-0 win to Leicester City. Leicester City, well, how do you not beat 10 men against Southampton? Look, I think you have to say that I thought Southampton played very, very well, especially with 10 men, taking the lead through a penalty. Look, it is a penalty. I think Iheanacho was unlucky, but the ball does travel a big far away, and he does jump up. So I can understand why that's a penalty. It's given to Southampton. But to be fair, Johnny Evans equalises with a very good header. As well, it was a good result in the end for Leicester City. Newcastle were terrible against Arsenal. Really, really poor. Obviously, Mohamed El Neni scoring. That's bad. That's bad if you're allowing Mohamed El Neni to score a goal. And yes, Schär got sent off as well. So it's not looking too good for Newcastle, but they're almost there. They're almost at that finishing line. I don't see them getting anything at Leicester, sadly. I'm going to go for Leicester City 2, Newcastle 0. I'm going to go for them to beat Newcastle. And I think that may clinch top 4 for Leicester City. So, big game, this one. Because if they do win with 3 games to go, I think they would just be in the thick of it to get top 4. So, big game, that one. Leicester City 2, Newcastle 0. And the next one is Leeds United against Tottenham Hotspur. The last 5 meetings in the Premier League have resulted in 4 wins to Spurs and 1 draw. The last result was a 1-0 win to Spurs, I should say. Leeds United, well, we can see where their problems are. Calvin Phillips is a massive loss to them. Whenever he doesn't play, I think Leeds have only won 1 game or 2 games maybe this season without Calvin Phillips. They've got a 25% win percentage rate with Calvin Phillips not in the side. So you can see how important Calvin Phillips is in that Leeds side. But they just never turned up at Brighton. Brighton were fantastic on the day. I really, really was impressed with Brighton. And you know what? Leeds did not turn up on the day. Patrick Bamford was very isolated. He did not have a very good game at all. So, Leeds United, they have a slight chance of potentially getting Europa League football. Slight chance. But they do need to win all of the remaining games, and it's going to be a very, very tricky one. Tottenham, to be fair, under Ryan Mason, they've been fantastic. They have really, really been fantastic. 4-0 win over Sheffield United. I know Sheffield United are, the biggest, the basement boys, you'd have to say, but still a very, very good victory. Gareth Bale getting a hat trick, and Heung-min Son getting the other goal as well. So it was a very, very good performance from Tottenham, and I think that Tottenham will go to Leeds, and I think they will win very, very comfortably. I'm going Leeds United 0, Tottenham 2. I think it'll be a very, very comfortable win day for Tottenham Hotspur. Sheffield United against Crystal Palace now. The last 5 meetings in the Premier League have resulted in 3 wins to Palace and 2 wins to Sheffield United. The last result was a 1-0 win to Sheffield United. Sheffield United just want this season to end, really. 4-0 defeat to Tottenham. Not a good performance from them at all. So they'll definitely be wanting the season to end. That's for sure. Crystal Palace, I thought they were okay against Manchester City. I thought they were okay against City, but again, Wilfried Zaha, Wilfried Zaha is a very, very good player on his day, but recently he just hasn't been at it, and I don't know if it would be good for Palace to cash in on him in the summer. I think he needs a new challenge. I think you can kind of see that. He's obviously stayed out of the loyalty of obviously Palace fans as well. I just think he needs a move. But for this game, I'm going to go for Palace to get an away win over Sheffield United. I'm going Sheffield United 0, Crystal Palace 1 in this one. I think it'll be a very, very good win away from home for Crystal Palace. And now, champions in waiting, Manchester City against Chelsea. This is my match of the weekend. A win for City wins them their title against Chelsea, so it could be a very interesting game for sure. 3 wins to City and 2 wins to Chelsea. The last result was a 2-1 win to Manchester City. Well, as I say, Manchester City, a very, very good win against Crystal Palace. Sergio Aguero, fantastic strike. That's the old Aguero we've been missing this season, you'd have to say. Very, very good goal from Sergio Aguero. And you have to say it was a very, very good finish from the Argentine forward. Ferran Torres getting the second goal as well. City did have one eye on that PSG semi-final second leg, you would have to say. So, you know what? City, a good win, very, very good win, and they did make it a bit hard for themselves. But to be honest, I thought Palace played well, and they did contain City a lot, I thought, as well. Chelsea, very good win against Fulham. Kai Havertz with both goals. Kai Havertz looking a very, very dangerous proposition, but yeah, Chelsea, they'll have probably. Good luck to obviously both of them against PSG and Real Madrid respectively. Could we get an all-English final? If we do get an all-English final, those two will be facing each other yet again. So it could be very, very interesting. But for this game, I think City will win the game, and I'm going to go for them to win this one to crown themselves Premier League champions. It doesn't matter what Manchester United do against Aston Villa. Manchester City will be champions of England if they beat Chelsea. So 1 win to go. I'm going to go for them to win 2-1 against Chelsea. I think it'll be a very, very close one. But City to win by 2-1 against Chelsea. And then we have Liverpool against Southampton. 4 wins to Liverpool and 1 win to Southampton. The last result was a 4-0 win to Liverpool. Well, Liverpool haven't had a game this week. I will get into the protests at Manchester United very, very later on in the video, when obviously we do speak about Manchester United. But you have to say Liverpool will be the fresher of the two teams playing Southampton. Southampton, good draw against Leicester City. I'm going to say this now. I did not think that was a red card for Vestergaard. I think Vestergaard won the ball. Maybe it is the follow through, but in this day and age, he was passing it back to his goalkeeper, wasn't he? He was passing it back to his goalkeeper, and I didn't think that was a red card. I just did not think it was a red card. So very, very unlucky for him. So he'll obviously be missing the trip to Anfield. I think Liverpool will win this one. I'm going to go for them to get a home victory against Southampton. I think it'll be a tight one. I think Southampton will make it very, very tricky for Liverpool. Takumi Minamino, obviously ineligible to face his parent club as well. So that's going to be another blow to Southampton, who've already lost Danny Ings to the end of the season as well. So a big chance for Che Adams and Michael Obafemi to step up in this one. We're going to go for Liverpool 2, Southampton 1. I will go for it. And now we move into Sunday's games, and we have Wolves against Brighton. The last 5 meetings in the Premier League, 4 draws and 1 win to Brighton. The last result was a 0-0 draw between the sides. Wolves, I watched them against West Brom. Fabio Silva will get probably, well, he'll never get a luckier goal than he did against West Brom. Basically, Kyle Bartley tries to clear the ball. It goes off Fabio Silva's right foot and lobs over Sam Johnston. So, when your luck's in, your luck's in. And he's obviously got a good record against West Brom. That is for sure. But they are coming up against the Brighton side, who, to be honest, Wolves have never beaten Brighton in the Premier League. So I think that run might continue, because I was very impressed with Brighton. I was very impressed with the way they played. Pascal Gross getting the first goal. It was a penalty. Clumsy challenge by Alioski on Welbeck. Really clumsy. So that was a definite penalty. And then the second goal, you have to say, it's a wonderful goal from Welbeck. The touch, the turn, away from the Leeds defence. Great finish from Danny Welbeck. And I've been very impressed with Brighton. And do you know what? If they had a striker, I think they would be 11th, 12th quite easily. But Brighton, definitely safe after this. And they're definitely going to be safe when I predict them to get this one. I think they will go to Wolves, and I think they will go and win at Wolves. I'm going for Wolves 0, Brighton 1. I'm going to go for Brighton to win by 1-0 against Wolves. And then we have Aston Villa against Manchester United. The last 5 meetings in the Premier League have resulted in 4 wins to United and 1 draw. The last result was a 3-0 win to Manchester United. Aston Villa getting an excellent win over Everton. Really impressive performance as well. If it hadn't been for Jordan Pickford, Villa would probably go away with a 5-1, 6-1, 7-1 victory. They were very impressive against Everton. Ollie Watkins getting a very good goal as well. And then it was Traore getting the second goal for Aston Villa. I was very impressed with the way that Aston Villa did play against Everton. Manchester United, well, their game against Liverpool was postponed. Now, there isn't a time frame on when that game is going to be rescheduled. So, what do I think about the process? I'm going to have my say right now, okay? I agree with the protests. I absolutely agree with the Manchester United protests. I think it's a very good idea to try and get their message across to the board, because the Glazers have been there for far too long. 16 years, far too long. They've been there since 2005. You know what? I agree with the protests. I agree with what they are trying to do. What I don't agree with is actually getting violence. Violence doesn't solve anything. Yes, I know it was a minority of Manchester United fans who went onto the Old Trafford pitch to damaged cameras. I think there was a toilet block that was damaged as well. So that's the bad side of things when you do a protest. But you know what? In all, it was quite a peaceful protest outside. It was quite a peaceful protest, but a policeman was slashed in the face as well. That is not what you want when you do a protest. Look, as a Liverpool fan, I do not want the 3 points given to us. That is just not what we want. That is not what we want. Yes, maybe every Liverpool fan might say that, but I don't want that. I do not want the 3 points given to us, because that game should be played. But the Premier League are running out of time to get that rescheduled, and with Manchester United in the Europa League as well, that's going to make it very tricky for them to be able to reschedule this fixture. But yeah, we'll see when that gets rescheduled, I think, as well. So, because they haven't had a game, I think Man United will be the fresher of the two teams. I know they play Roma, but they'll be able to refresh and rest players. So I think they'll go to Aston Villa and get a very comfortable 2-0 victory. I'm going to go Aston Villa 0, Manchester United 2. And then we have West Ham against Everton. Last 5 meetings in the Premier League. 2 wins to Everton, 2 wins to West Ham, and 1 draw. The last one was a 1-1 draw between the sides. West Ham just keep on going, don't they? Keep on going. They're going to get top 4. The way that they're going, the games that they've got left, they are going to get top 4. They are definitely going to get top 4. Very impressive. Antonio, he's back at the right time. A double against Burnley. Really, really impressive performance from West Ham. Yes, it wasn't the best of, displays, but fighting character in this West Ham side is fantastic. And in a right back in Soufal, I think he's been one of the signings of the summer. Definitely one of the signings of the summer. Never puts in a bad game to Soufal. So West Ham continue the way that they're going. Everton, on the other hand, well, I said if it hadn't been for Jordan Pickford, that game would have finished 6-7-1. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, great to see him back on the score sheet. That is for sure. But it's disappointing to see where Everton have actually, Everton should be higher. They should be higher where they are. But have they underachieved with the squad that they've got? I think there are still signs that they could strengthen for sure. But yeah, I think Everton have underachieved this season. I think they have underachieved, but that is the problem with Everton, unfortunately. So I'm going to go for a West Ham win. I'm going to go for them to beat Everton by 2-1, and West Ham to do the double over Everton as well. Now we have Arsenal against West Brom. This game is very, very significant because a defeat for West Brom at Arsenal will relegate West Brom as well. So Arsenal, West Brom, last 5 meetings in the Premier League, 3 wins to Arsenal, 1 draw, and 1 win to West Brom. The last one was a 2-0 win to Arsenal. Now, what I will say is Arsenal, very impressive performance against Newcastle. Mohamed El Neni and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, good to see him back on the score sheet as well. Very, very good to see him back on the score sheet. Yeah, it's a very, very tricky one because West Brom, they are almost down, and a defeat would definitely send them down. So, look, they got the draw against Wolves. They got the draw in the Black Country Derby. It was a good result for them in the end, but they definitely needed to win. And unfortunately, I just think that they've just given themselves too much to do. And this would be Sam Allardyce's first relegation as a manager as well. So I am going to go for Arsenal 2, West Brom 0. West Brom relegated if that result does stand. But even if Newcastle gets something against Leicester City, then West Brom are down anyway, because they are 10 points off Newcastle with 4 to play. Newcastle win, it'd be 13 points. So yeah, basically I'm saying West Brom to lose 2-0 to Arsenal. That would relegate West Brom as well. So, and then we have Fulham against Burnley. 2 wins to Fulham, 2 draws, and 1 win to Burnley. The last result was a 4-2 win to Fulham. Fulham, again, just like West Brom, just ran out of steam. They've just ran out of steam. I know they played well against Chelsea. Unlucky to lose 2-0. But that you feel that might be it. They feel that might be it for Fulham. Burnley 2-1 defeats to West Ham. Chris Wood continuing his goal scoring form as well. So good to see that for sure. I'm going to go for Burnley. I'm going to go for a Burnley win. I'm going Fulham 0, Burnley 2. Now, barring an absolute miracle and an absolute goal swing, Fulham are relegated if they lose this game. So, you know what? They are 9 points behind Newcastle with 4 to play. 3 to play next week. You know what? I think they're good. I think they're good as down. So Fulham and West Brom good as relegated for me as well. So I'm going Fulham 0, Burnley 2 as well. And now we have 4 games in midweek. We have Southampton against Crystal Palace. This was obviously one game that was rescheduled because of the FA Cup semi-finals. So, Southampton, Crystal Palace, 2 wins to Southampton, 2 draws and 1 win to Crystal Palace. The last was a 1-1 draw between the sides. I expect Crystal Palace to go to Sheffield United and win. Southampton will be away at Liverpool. They'll give them a very, very good game, I think, as well. For this game, I think Crystal Palace will go away from home again. And I'm going to go for them to win again. I'm going to go for them to win by 2-1 at Southampton. Southampton just want the season to end, I think. They definitely want the season to end. Manchester United, Leicester City, another big game for this one. 4 wins to United, 1 draw in the last 5 meetings. The last result was a 1-0 win to Manchester United. I expect Manchester United to go to Aston Villa and win. I expect Leicester to beat Newcastle as well. And by then, both sides will probably have clinched top 4 anyway. So this is kind of a meaningless game, you'd have to say. But United to beat, I think United will win 2-1 against Leicester. I think United will beat Leicester City. Chelsea Arsenal, big game as well for top 4. 2 wins to Chelsea, 2 wins to Arsenal, 1 draw. The last result was a 2-2 draw. This game's obviously being played because of the FA Cup final as well. Chelsea at home against Arsenal. Usually they beat Arsenal. Arsenal's last victory. That's a good question. I think it was the 5-3 game. Van Persie hat-trick and all. So it's been a while since they did actually win at Stamford Bridge. Yeah, I've got back Chelsea. I'm going Chelsea 2, Arsenal 0. And then 2 sides who have just met each other. Aston Villa against Everton. Yeah, Aston Villa have finally managed to get their game rescheduled against Everton. Very, very strange. Very, very strange indeed. 2 wins to Villa, 2 wins to Everton and 1 draw. The last result was a 2-0 win to Aston Villa at Villa Park. But obviously Villa beat Everton last weekend as well. Look, I think this is going to go the same wavelength. I think Villa will beat Everton at Villa Park. I'm going to go Aston Villa 2, Everton 1. So that is it. That is your bumper Matchweek 35 done and dusted. As I've said, leave your predictions in the comment section down below. And like Reese Woods, you will get a shout out in the next video. So I will go for my predictions very, very quickly as well. So we've got Leicester City 2, Newcastle United 0, Leeds United 0, Tottenham 2, Sheffield United 0, Crystal Palace 1, Manchester City 2, Chelsea 1. Manchester City are champions if that happens. Liverpool 2, Southampton 1, West Brom 0, Brighton 1, Aston Villa 0, Manchester United 2, West Ham 2, Everton 1, Arsenal 2, West Brom 0, West Brom are relegated, Fulham 0, Burnley 2, Southampton 1, Crystal Palace 2, Manchester United 2, Leicester City 1, Chelsea 2, Arsenal 0, and Aston Villa 2, Everton 1. So that is it. That is Matchweek 35 done and dusted. As I've said, leave your predictions in the comment section down below, and we will see what happens in these games. Looking forward to these games. Obviously, big games for top 4 and relegation. We could see the relegation be sewn up this week, so we could see that as well. But until then, it's goodbye from me. If you do like the content, please hit the subscribe button, drop a like on the video as well. And thank you to everyone for everyone's support as well. I am back. The videos will start being uploaded more as well. And I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye for now. Thank you, everyone, for your support. Cheers. Bye.